Hey guys, welcome back to In the Woods with the Capones. Well, today I thought, you know what? I want to go cut some wood, and I usually use my Mingo marker to mark my 16-inch intervals, which I like my pieces 16 inches. They fit in the wood burning stove a lot nicer. Down at the fire pit, 18, 20 inches. They're great that size. So what I thought I'd do today was, I figure for $1 or $2, we could make our own measuring device. Now, all you need is a couple of scrap pieces of material from around the house. If you have them, not, go to your local hardware store and pick some up. I went to the dollar store and I picked up some magnets. Nothing crazy, you know what I mean? $1.25. And I also had some, I guess, crappy ones lying around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some PVC plastic tube and I cut them to 16-inch intervals from end to end. So when we're putting it on the wood, it'll line up with the bar of the saw, and we can make something for under $2. Perfect cuts every time. So this one I made, all I did was I took a piece of threaded rod and I ran it through the tube to each end, and I put a bolt through it. On one end here I had a cutoff saw, the wheel, which has no weight to it, and it's this way when I put it on. This one I glued. I started making this one I think last year or something. So this one is perfect for my DeWalt small 12-inch saw because the bar is very small. So this was thick, and you can see the difference between this one, which will go on my MS 362, 270, 290, and so forth. So stick around and we'll get making. Thanks. Okay, so everybody has material lying around their house and everything. You know what I mean? Like piece of threaded, a bolt, piece of threaded rod. If you don't have stuff like that, well, bolt to nut, all you need, and some RTV silicone. So you can see what we did here was I took the magnet, and this one here had a little bit of a flange on it. I don't know where this magnet came from, but I inserted it, and you can't see it, but I inserted it in here and I put some silicone, and also has a little bit of a vibration to it, so but it's on there nice. So now on this side here, I could use a piece of threaded rod, or I'm going to try to see if I can get this bolt, and maybe we can push it in here to get it to sit inside. So why don't we try that? Put my work gloves on, keeps my hands warm. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in the vise, so it kind of secures it. So you can see we want to go in far enough that I'm going to use a washer. So when the washer is there, it kind of allows us to put the bolt and use the markings. So this, I'm going to feed into this, which fits perfect. I take my hammer. That's going down nice. So straighten it up. Back in the vise. Snug. Washer and tell you right now. So we got the washer in there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to tighten this up a bit. And you can see that's perfect. So when it's on the wood, use it as our guide. Now let's see what happens. Okay, so we've tapped in the bolt and the washer. Now I'm going to give this a little bit of a snuggie. Oh, perfect. That's nice and tight. That's not going nowhere. So right now this scrap around the house, scrap from some electrical work that I did, spare nut and bolt and a used washer. This cost me nothing. So I'm curious. So there is our 16 on the measuring tape. So if we were to put that and that together, that better angle. So we set this up. Let's have a quick look. So this will sit on the bar, washer, boom, 16 inches. Perfect. Yeah, took us a matter of 5 minutes to make that one. And then this is the one I made last year, and boom, exactly the same, 16 inches. So now we have the two, the small one and the bigger one. Let's go outside, we'll put them on the chainsaws and see how they do. We're using these for marking for 16-inch intervals. You can make them about any length you want. So let's try this. Let's go outside. Okay, so I went and I got the box horse to make it a lot easier. We'll throw a piece of wood on here. And we're gonna do two things. We're gonna mark our first marking with the mingle marker and see how that turns out with the 16-inch intervals, how accurate that is. Second, we'll use the measuring tool for the chainsaws on the bar. And third, a measuring tape. So I'm gonna go get myself a small log. We'll throw it on here and we'll go from there. Whew. It's a little heavy. It's one of the trees that we cut down. That was the new section of driveway that we're putting in. So let's get this. Like I say, this box horse comes in real handy. So I'm going to show you something funny. These are the lines that the dots we just did. Right there, right there, right there. Well, if you look, there, there, they're pretty much in sequence. So, which is pretty cool. And goes down. So other than me being a little jittery, the mingle 16-inch works good. All right. Next I said I wanted to do was I'm going to take my measuring tape and see how accurate these dots are between each other, because I said so. I'm going to take the camera off. All right, well, there's my 16-inch. So we started off at the end of the log. Dot, center, 16 at the end. Center, 16. Center, 16. Center, 16. Look at that. So we know center all the way down. The dingle marker is right on the money. So now let's see how my dollar attachment works. What? We got them both. Here's the saw. Put that there. And here's our attachment. One for the bigger chainsaw and one for the small one. So put that on there. And let's see how accurate this is. So get rid of that. Now, I guess we would more or less put it wherever we thought it's going to suit it. So I'm going to move the camera, I'll set it up so you guys get a better idea. Inches. And so let's try that again. I'll show you from this angle. So goes in the groove. The only thing that I made a mistake on is when I started, I'll show you here, this piece here is cut on an angle. So it's not straight. I measured originally from this spot right here, but when I started doing it, I went from here, which kind of threw it off that 1/2 inch. So if I would have started here, it would have been perfect. But and there's our first notch on 16. Problem, like I said, was I started off incorrect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the larger one on and try the larger one, see how that goes. Measuring tape. 16. Look at that, eh? Can you bring it down so you guys get it better? Here's my 16 mark. 16. Perfect. Well, there you have it. For $1 or $2, if you already have the scrap pieces lying around, cost you nothing, some time, some fun. I'll tell you right now, perfect 16 intervals cut. Yeah, there's my dingle marker on the 16. That started off on the wrong end, but hey, food for thought. You know what I mean? Having fun. Anyways, thanks for watching. Be good, be safe, be kind to one another, and we'll catch you next time. Something to do in the woods with the Capones. Take care, have fun. All right.